Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today on Customer States What? We got in stock the engine harness for this vehicle. We already opened up the new one, went through it. Everything's looking good. This here is going into the interior, and all this here is outside the vehicle. Now, it's going to go from the ABS block along the firewall to where our obvious damage is. Then we got our fuse block, and I had no crap moment thinking, oh no, I'm going to have to take the intake off. But it connects into the fuse block, so that's very good. This guy, I believe, is being replaced as well. Comes with it, I think. Yep, it's on the side. We'll just have to transfer over whatever relays. Yeah, we'll transfer over these guys. We got to transfer over this cover as well. Very good. First step, disconnect the battery. That's the first step, and yeah. Ooh, let's get into it. Well, alright guys, the driver's side harness is all said and done. We are ready for removal. We had to remove the cowl assembly to gain access to the wiper transmission connector. These guys, to remove, we're replacing them. They're a part of the new harness, so to remove it, we just cut it out and just untwist. And then it's out. Passenger side, we removed the washer reservoir. We removed the intake as well. We also remove this guy right here. That's our washer nozzle. And now, see, did that so we could remove the harness with no problem. There's a crash zone sensor on each side. Each side there's the harness to the headlight, to the fog light. There's a ground strap. There's more grounds on this side though. There's one right there. There's one right there. So now we're ready to get to the interior. The interior is a little different though. We got a lot more to go in here. We did have to take out the knee bolster. We had to disconnect a number of things. This harness is actually staying here, but we had to disconnect some connectors to it just so we can get it to move around a little bit. Alright guys, things have escalated as you could see. Now, something I found that I didn't want to find, and I had a bad suspicion because the key fob had a Viper flip or remote or whatever you guys want to call it. So they got a Viper alarm system installed into the harness that I'm removing and installed into the body harness that I'm not removing. So this is not good because whoever did the installation, wow. Like, they use these guys, they freaking tap into the wires here and they just electrical tape it. Look at this crimp. Do you really think that that's a professional crimp right there? Like, I bet I could pull it apart if I really tried. Now, I gotta... This is gonna suck. Because this is the harness that I'm replacing right here. Well, that's the hood release. But this is our harness. Well, no, this actually, yeah, that's a part of it, I think. So this is the harness here, and it's tapped into right here. It's tapped into right here a number of times. That goes up in there. Now, this harness here, which is the body harness, it's also tapped into that, and the freaking Goomba is tapped into the DLC connector, which is... Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, that's illegal. You're not supposed to tap into the DLC connector where they do the state inspections and where you hook your diagnostics up to the vehicle. I believe it's illegal. last time I checked. Let me know in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but I hope this car starts after I replace this harness, because I'm not a Viper installer. I don't know where. I've never done a remote start before, and I don't plan on doing it. Yeah, so we got to take this guy out here, the screws to remove the cowl covering, excuse me, the column covering. You turn the wheel, there's one right there, and there's one on the other side as well. So let's get this cover off and see what else we have to deal with over here. Alright guys, you want to see why it's illegal to do something like this? If you could see, it was just taped up, and this one, all they did was tap in and wrap the freaking wires around. And that's the same thing with this guy right here. So whoever installed this, you're a freaking Goomba. Like, come on, man. I know you're not gonna, people are not gonna see it because it's in the interior or it's behind panels. But what the hell, dude, man? You freaking hack. So we got the column connector out, which, thank you Toyota, it's just one solid connector. But now we can get a better look at what they freaking did here, and look, there's a pair of freaking metal sticking out of that. Could have been a thermal event. These are some high gauge wires. Needless to say, things have escalated. Well, alright. We are finally ready to pull the driver's side interior harness out of the interior. We had a lot of stuff we had to disconnect here. We had a lot of stuff we had to remove from the vehicle. And yeah, none of it was fun. Still struggling. Here we go. Yep, we are definitely on the struggle bus today. So our harness now is 110% disconnected from the interior. Now we're going to take it to the engine bay and get that harness out. Very good. All aboard. That's our hood release. We'll just put that to the side. Alright. Anything else still connected? Oh, there we go. Alright. We are out. Out with the old, in with the new. Alright, we'll lay this here for now. Bring this guy over here. That's on the fender cover over there. It's gonna go over there. Now let's fish this meaty guy in. Yep, that's a giggity. At least they wrapped it up for me. That's another one. Let's get in there. Let's put this right there. I'm gonna fish this guy in. Come on. How'd you get the beans above the frank? Just Jam it in there. Ah. Nope, that didn't work. Freaking beans are getting above the fray. Come on. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Whew. Come on. Let's go to the interior. Alright, here we are, the interior. There we go. Alright, now I gotta unravel it. And, oh my god, continue this freaking mess. Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen. The engine bay is pretty much done. That's all ran across there. This is installed. Crash zone sensors installed. Light harness is installed. Fog light is plugged in. Horns are plugged in. This crash zone sensor is plugged in. AC pressure switch. We still have to install the washer reservoir. And where's my tube? It's right here. Okay. Secondary air pump. We just have to make this connection here. Put the hose clamp on. Connected. We gotta tighten this guy up right here. And I believe that's it for the engine. Well, obviously the battery. But now, I can put the cowl. Oh, I just saw something. Gotta connect this guy here. Very good. Put that grommet into place. Very good. And now, we got this Googats to deal with. Well, alright guys, now that we have the engine bay pretty much all back together, we're up to the interior work now. We got a lot to go. So far, the only thing I have done is we plugged in the throttle pedal. I've plugged in, or ran the harness to the brake light switch over there. Put it in the mounting up there. So now I just have to mount this up over there. Got to get the old guy out. Then, got to install the junction block, plug it in, put the connectors back into this guy here, and continue to take a ride on the struggle bus. Alright guys, we're getting closer. We got this all built up, the connectors are back into place, and the holders all mounted back up to the kick panel. Now this junction block, backside, everything's plugged in. Mount's pretty idiot proof. None of these connectors can go in a different slot. But it doesn't mean that I can't mess this up somehow. If there's a will, there's a way. So, we're getting there. Next step is we're going to mount this back up to the dash support. And then we're going to continue connecting connectors. And I see this guy goes right there to the e-brake switch. I got to connect that. Now, there are a couple of dummy connectors here. And it depends on the options of the vehicle. And usually a lot of manufacturers will do this. It'll be a part of the harness, so they could just make one harness for all vehicles, and whatever connectors are not used, it'll just be wrapped up. This was wrapped up. This guy was wrapped up as well. That must go to a different market for a switch, but this is the guy we need right here. And I know this right here, this big connector goes to the column, big connector right there. But this has to go up first, and then this has to attach to this side, and this has to go across there. Yeah, we're getting there. Alright guys, as you can see, we're that much closer. Units in, giggity. And yeah, we're running out of connectors. Now, I know these guys, this group right here goes right there, and probably these two as well. Then there's this guy that looks like, yep, goes down there. I need a square. This looks like it goes to that right there. And then that guy there looks like these. Alright, we're not that bad. This is probably that guy. This is probably... Yep, that's that guy. Alright, cool. And this is a junction block ground. That's going to go right there. And that's probably going to be this guy right here. You got white with black tracers. Alright, I'm feeling a little better. And these go to the switches that go right here on the knee bolster pad. Alright, cool. I feel a little better about this. Alright guys, everything is installed. We have this just temporarily plugged in there. I do have this guy right here, but I'm not really sure where it goes, to be honest with you. And I kind of ran out of parts, or ran out of connectors to connect. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect the battery and see what happens. Will it start? I don't know. I really hope so. I had to cut out a lot of this crap, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. Alright, we connected the battery.
On, Zach. I believe in you, you bastard. Good start. Scary. Oh, I wonder what could be wrong. Fucking great.
Alright guys, so this little guy right here, this connector was taped behind here with this white tape. And I connected that. So let's see if that's going to start the car or if that was stopping me the whole time. Maybe.
Let's try this again. Contact. Alright, so that wasn't it.
Alright guys, we have the factory scan tool hooked up and I have absolutely no comms to any powertrain. No engine, no automatic transmission, none of that. I even had to put the car in manually into the scan tool, but it is communicating with other ECUs like the SRS and some other things also. I think it has to do with this connector here. I gotta find the other end of it. That's the only other thing that I think that could be causing this. I thought I was done, but now I'm not.